Hey YouTube, I'm going to give a quick overview here of this ASUS Chromebook Plus. So this particular ASUS Chromebook Plus was made back in 2023, and this was among the first of the Chromebook Plus laptops that came out. So basically what Chromebook Plus is that Chromebooks that meet a certain standard in terms of storage and processor and RAM, they get this special moniker, which means that, like think of it as like an Intel Evo laptop, for example, sort of the equivalent for Chromebook. So, this was meant for more of a productivity focus. And this one certainly does deliver. This has a Core i3 12th gen, 8 gigs of RAM, and this particular one has a whopping 256 gigs of storage. So definitely a more powerful Chromebook meant for, productivity work and whatnot. And that's why it gets the Chromebook Plus moniker, and it gets some specific software programs, especially the AI stuff that you cannot get on normal Chromebooks. So going around the laptop, pretty much bare on the left side, you just have a USB-C port. On the right-hand side is where all of your other ports are. So you get another USB-C, HDMI, two USB-A ports, headphone jack. And then looking back here, you have the speakers on the bottom. You got some airflow and ventilation there, as well as on the back. And probably the most striking thing about this laptop is it's white. Now, if you look closely, it might be hard to see, but this laptop actually has a pretty interesting pattern. It might be hard to see, but it's kind of like a pearl white almost. It's not pure white, it's like a pearl white. It's a very interesting shade. And generally speaking, you don't really see all white laptops. So it is a very unique look. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan because while it looks nice, when you have an all white laptop, it can be prone to, like, for example, really any scratches or dings are going to be easily noticeable. And obviously any dirt is going to be easily noticeable. The reality is that while this looks nice, there's a reason why laptops are not all white anymore, because they just don't really hold up well over time. Like over time, all the scratches, all the dents, the dings, dirt, it is definitely quite a striking design, this sort of all white laptop design. And as you can see here, it does have a backlit keyboard, so that's nice. It has a 1080p display, which does look pretty good actually. It gets really bright. The keyboard, it's not the best keyboard. The keys are a little unstabilized, but it's a decent typing experience. The trackpad, as you can see, this is a pretty new device, and it's already quite depressed in the corners, especially this left corner. So it's better in the middle, but yeah, the build quality is definitely a bit on the cheap side. But that being said, it does work. The tracking is obviously very accurate, as with most Chromebooks. And then let's go here and we'll take a look at what we're running. So as you can see, yeah, this particular one's pretty brand new. It is running the i3 1215U. It has 8 gigs of RAM, and it does have a 256 gigs of storage. So, that's all nice and dandy, I have to say. And, as far as like opening up programs, it's obviously very quick. As far as the speakers go, they're not the best speakers because they are bottom firing, but that being said, they do sound pretty decent. And of course, you got your little, wake up, or your little, quick toggle button there, along with your various features, including, some AI stuff. But, again, nothing crazy. Obviously, the performance is really good. There really isn't much to say. I mean, it is a Chromebook, so it functions pretty much like any other Chromebook device, although this is nice, get a little privacy cam there. So what is there really to say? Because like I said, it's fine. It is a good value for the money, but again, the build quality is not particularly great, and I do worry about the durability because of the all white design. But that being said, it is a decent machine, and if you can get it for a good price, I would recommend this